thank you for joining us today. I have the great privilege today of interviewing Kory from Holland Bowl Mill. I've known Kory for a number of years and have been a fan of Holland Bowl Mill and their products. And today I want to just give you an opportunity to learn a little bit more about them, their history, and why they're such a great local West Michigan business. Kory, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate your time.
Yes, no problem, Jonathan. I'm happy to be here and look forward to chatting with you.
So I guess obviously a lot of people are very familiar with Holland Bowl Mill and the process you take from taking in literally trees in one end of the building and then solid wooden bowls, utensils, and furniture coming out the other end of the building. But if you would, can you start by giving us a little bit of history about Holland Bowl Mill? I know that you're fourth generation, and tell us just a little bit about how things started and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, I would love to fill you in and the audience. So the Bowl Mill started in 1906 in North Muskegon, which is about 45 minutes north of Holland, by the Fuller family. And then my great-grandfather, Chester Van Tageren, started the original wooden shoe factory here in Holland, Michigan. We're first located downtown Holland. And then in the 1950s, we moved to US 31 and 16. At that time, we connected with the Fuller family, who started the Bowl Mill, and started selling their wooden bowls throughout the wooden shoe factory and our different shops. And then in 1985, Vic Fuller contacted my dad, and they were looking to sell the Bowl Mill, and we developed such a strong relationship with them. We ended up purchasing it, moving it behind the wooden shoe factory, and operated there till the late 1990s. At that point, unfortunately, we had to close down the wooden shoe factory for a lot of different reasons. The tourism industry changed, and the bowls were a lot more sustainable year round. So once the shoe closed, we had to locate a building where we could reopen the Bowl Mill, which took a while. We found our location off of James, where we still are. It took about a year or so to build our lathes, develop the building for what we were going to do, and then we opened our doors in 2002. We're now the largest manufacturer of wooden bowls in the United States, make 800 to 1,000 bowls a week, and our products are carried in over 350 stores. A couple of kind of cool fun facts are we were featured on a show called How It's Made on the Discovery and Science Channel. They filmed here in 2007 and still show our episode about 10 times a year, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. I know one of the things that I was so amazed at as I got to know more about the Holland Bowl Mill is that your bowls are solid wood. They're not put together in pieces or anything like that. Can you share a little bit about your process? Again, I know I've been to the factory and gone on a factory tour, and maybe you could even tell us a bit about the tours that are available. But Kory, can you share a little bit about, again, how you guys start with literally trees on one end, carry things through, and then maybe also talk a little bit about your sustainability? I know that you guys literally use every scrap of wood in one aspect or another to really create a very sustainable business.
Yeah, I would definitely love to fill everyone in. So yes, we don't use any glues or adhesives. Our bowls are all solid one piece. So the process starts, so say, Jonathan, at your house, a storm came through, knocked down a few cherry trees. You would probably call local tree service. There's a good chance we work with that local tree service, and we would be purchasing those trees to make our products. So we work with the smaller tree services who are bringing us a few logs at a time, up to the larger mills who are bringing us 40 to 50 at a time. We're looking for 8 to 14 foot logs lengthwise and at least 16 inches in diameter. Once we get the logs delivered to us, they get loaded up onto what's called a log deck. From there, they get power washed. They'll get dropped down in the log trough, and then they'll be cut into 2-foot blocks. And then they are rolled down to the rip saw, where they're cut into the actual bowl lengths that will go onto the lathe. So we have two main lathes, a smaller one that's turning 6-inch, a 7-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch bowls, and then the larger one that's turning 9-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, 17-inch, and 20-inch. Cool thing about our turning is we do what's called nested turning, meaning you get numerous bowls out of each bowl blank. So say you have a 22-inch diameter log that's really high quality. Each bowl blank will build a yield what's called a 20-inch blank. meaning you'll get a 20-inch, a 17-inch, a 15-inch, a 12-inch, and a 9-inch bowl out of that one blank. That just helps us utilize all the wood and get the most out of it. If it can't be made into the bowls, we make wooden utensils, cutting boards, trees, candlesticks, grilling planks, grilling chips, small furniture lines. We're always trying to come up with different ideas to utilize all the wood. In the back production area, there's a conveyor system that runs through the whole mill. All the shavings get funneled through it, goes outside to a trailer, and we donate all the shavings to the local horse farms. If we can't utilize it, like the wood, then we sell it for firewood, $5 a cart. So a heck of a price, more just trying to get rid of it in another way to utilize everything. So not one part of the beginning tree ends up in a landfill. So like you mentioned, sustainability is a huge, huge aspect of our company. And we're very proud of that, again, we're a zero waste company.
Oh, it's such an amazing process. And if somebody's interested in a tour, I know you guys offer tours and those are back up and running. How does somebody find out and get scheduled for a tour so they can actually see that whole process and how you guys do that?
Yeah, definitely. So they can visit our website, which will have information on the tours at www.hollandbowlmill.com. But the tours run Monday through Friday from 9 to 12, 12:30 to 3. No appointment needed. If your group is under 10, we're just doing them daily. A group comes in, we'll greet them in our showroom. We'll kind of fill them in a little bit about our company. We'll show them how it's made video. And then from there, we'll take them out into the mill. They get to watch the whole process. We have 3 or 4 different tour guides who will show them around. It takes about 15 minutes. But we get groups in. They're just amazed at kind of what we do. After the tour, they'll walk around for hour or so. It's a fun kind of family atmosphere. You really can't see it anywhere else. So people are pretty blown away when they do come in, especially even locals. We're still trying to get the word out to Hollanders and Midwest in general. So many people don't even know we're here, sort of hidden gem. Yeah, we love people coming in to see our store, and we love doing the tours.
I know you guys recently, if I'm not mistaken, was it last year, Kory, that you guys totally renovated your showroom and updated all that? So you've got a beautiful new showroom to showcase your products and give people the opportunity to really put their hands on things and see exactly the quality of what you make. Was that about a year ago that you did that?
It was 2020. So during the pandemic, June of 2020 when we opened it. So we were able to double the size of our showroom, make it more modern, update it. Yeah, it's incredible. We are so happy with the end product and how it turned out. And then we're also open on Saturdays too, from 10 to 4. We don't have the full production team here on Saturdays, but still we'll show that video. We'll take them out into the mill and let them see everything. But again, we're not turning on Saturdays.
Oh, very, very, very interesting. I know I can personally attest, if you've not been to the showroom or if you've not seen the tour, if you're anywhere near Holland, it is definitely worth the trip over to Holland Bowl Mill to take a look at. It's, from my perspective, one of the most unique processes I've ever seen. And I loved watching how your team does carve those nested bowls. It was just really, really cool to see that. So
Yeah.
One of the things, Kory, I know that's been unique, and you've played a huge role in this, as other members of your family, but I know you've been the spearhead. You've really grown the mill over the last number of years. Can you just share with us a little bit about some of the things that you've changed over the time that you've been at Holland Bowl Mill and what that's done for the business to help it grow?
Yeah, definitely. So I came on board after college, so after I graduated from Hope, and then I worked out in the mill for 2-3 years, just learning the process, shipping, sanding, learning the company. And then in 2016, I stepped into more of a leadership role on the back end of the company, and was working hand in hand with my dad and a few other employees on ways that we can really take the company to the next step. One of those was retail wise. We didn't really have a retail store on site at that time. We manufactured everything here and shipped all across the country, but we really didn't have any walk-in sales. Randomly, people would come in, but not on a regular basis. So working with the Holland Visitors Bureau, West Coast Chambers, Local First out of Grand Rapids, and getting the word out. Hey, we're redoing our showroom. We're welcoming people into our store. We're doing tours again. That made a huge, huge difference. And then emphasizing online sales, which Valorous Circle has also played a huge role in, is growing our e-commerce platform, connecting with affiliates, which is such a big thing now with social media, is connecting with these influencers who can use our product, show their followers, and then hopefully from there get them to go to our website and purchase, which has been pretty incredible. And then on the wholesale side is just finding the right partners who have the same values as us and growing with them. One of the main ones, Room and Board, based out of Minneapolis. They have, I think, 12 stores across the United States now, and then a huge online presence. And then, we have about 350 stores across the United States who carry our products locally. Cherry Republic, who some people might be familiar with, and Seasoned Home in downtown Holland. One other main reason we've been able to grow so much is just surrounding your team with the right employees and trusting your employees. I think that's one of the main things, is training them and then letting them do their job and knowing that they can do it correctly. We've been very blessed to have such an amazing staff who've helped us grow over the years too.
There's no doubt it's been so much fun to watch you guys grow and see some of the things that you're doing. I know I was surprised to learn that you guys had such a robust wholesale business as well as the retail. And I think that's really been interesting to learn from my perspective. Kory, I know one of the audiences that we reach out to through the podcast are other business owners as well. And one of the questions I love to ask is, have there been any potholes or trials that you've ran into through that growth period? And if so, what did you do to work through those or to get around those to help make sure that you've been able to maintain some of that growth? Is there anything that you can think of that you could share to maybe some inspiration to some other business owners?
Definitely. There's always good days and bad days. As we've grown, in 2016, I think we had 12 employees. Now we have 24. As you grow and get more employees, there's a lot more headaches. Being a smaller business, we don't have an HR department. I handle most of that. We are such a close family kind of environment where my employees, they can come to me with work problems, but also outside of work issues. So that can be once in a while a little overwhelming, just balancing that and then my home life, especially with 3 little kiddos now. It keeps me busy. And then with growth is great, but also just handling the logistics of having so many wholesale customers, production, inventory issue, making sure that we're staying on top of ship times, lead times. And with growth, it comes a lot more work. But again, I think the main thing is surrounding yourself with employees that you trust and can help make sure everything goes smoothly.
Oh, I really appreciate you sharing that. That's great. This is why we edit, because sometimes I forget what I'm going to say. All right, let me think here. Let me go back to my list. I got to look down. That's my nature. I try not to look down during
Eventually, we could talk about, I haven't really brought up the personalization aspect of the
Oh, that would be good.
The wedding, that's a huge market. And we could maybe to the family atmosphere. Owners kind of like to hear about that, how family generational company, how you've survived the generations. I feel like owners like to.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. See, I should have talked to you beforehand. These are great. Okay, we'll count to 3 and quiet, and then I'll go into some of those. That's really good. Thank you, Kory.
Yeah.
So, Kory, I know one of the questions a lot of people are going to have is, how do you deal with growing a family business and dealing with multiple generations of family? I know you guys are very family oriented there at Holland Bowl Mill. Talk to me a little bit about the challenges of working with your family and some of the blessings that come along with that.
Me and my dad, luckily, are very close, and it's been very easy to work with him and my sister, who came on board a few years ago. I think one of the main reasons is his grandfather, who started it, instilled such good values in my dad, how to run a business, how to take care of your employees, and those values are also passed on to me. And by doing that, it's made it very easy to make sure we have this very healthy, good work environment where we treat our employees like family. They feel like family. And by doing that, we have very good retainment. We know they come in every day, work hard. We take care of our employees by pay wise. But again, there's always challenges coming in every day, working with your family. But it's just trying to balance those. Sometimes things come up, step away, take a deep breath, and get back at it. But in the long scheme of things, we're so blessed that I am to work with my dad daily. A lot of people can't say that, and to be still this successful. You hear horror stories about generational companies that get to the fourth generation, and then from there they don't make it much longer. So our goal is to keep it going and eventually pass it on to the next generation.
Thanks for sharing that. That's great to hear, and I know it can be a struggle, especially in a family business like that. But you guys have certainly done that in transition from generation to generation, as you said, much more successfully than I think a lot of companies have done. So kudos on that. One of the other things, going back to the business side of things, I know one of the other things you guys do is a lot of personalization because the bowls really are keepsakes in many ways. Although they're very usable, they're also keepsakes. Can you talk to me a little bit about the engraving that you do and some of the specialty things you do for things like weddings and other special events?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a huge part of our business is people looking for kind of a heirloom quality gift for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays. We tend to have a lot of products that fit that mold. So all of our bowls, they all come with a lifetime guarantee. You can serve fruit, salads, pastas, rolls, really anything. And a cool thing we do is we offer free engraving, which goes on the underside of the bowl. You get up to 50 characters that can be done right on our website. And then in store, someone's shopping, they find a product, we'll engrave it while they wait. It only takes a few minutes. And then we do a lot more custom engraving on the inside of the bowl, from a wedding invitation to we can really do anything. Our engravers are incredible. There's a cost associated with that. It's just dictated on what we engrave. And we also do free engraving on our cutting charcuterie boards, utensils, honestly, really any of our items. The cool thing about our boards are they're all reversible. So you can cut on one side and serve on the other. So very functional. But again, yeah, anyone can always visit our website. It'll have all of the products that we carry, or come in store, and we'd love to show you around.
You brought up functional, which I think is a really important thing for people to realize. Your bowls are absolutely works of art in my mind. They're beautiful, stunning bowls, but they're also very practical and functional and can literally be used, as I understand it, on a day-to-day basis, as you mentioned, from everything from salads to pastas to anything you might imagine. Can you tell us a little bit about the care of your bowl? If I'm buying a bowl like this and it is something that I want to use, or a cutting board that I want to have available, is there a lot of special care? Can you guys help us with the things necessary to do that? How does one use and care for some of these boards and bowls that you guys are producing?
Great question. Yes. After each use, you're going to wash with warm water and soap. That goes for the boards, the bowls, utensils, really any of our items. Then after washing numerous times, eventually the wood's going to dry out. We make a product in-house called bees oil, which is a mixture of food safe mineral oil and beeswax. And that's what we recommend periodically retreating your woodenware with. That helps prevent dryness, cracking, keeps it looking good. So a lot of people think wooden products, oh my gosh, there's so much care that goes into it. How am I going to do it? It's really not that hard. Just wash after each use, and then periodically retreat. If you do that, it's going to be a heirloom piece that you can cherish your whole life and then eventually pass down. Yeah, and then by doing that, all of our products come with a lifetime guarantee. We include extensive care instructions too with any purchase, a care card that kind of goes over that whole process.
And if I'm not mistaken, Kory, one of the primary social media influencers you work with, actually their whole channel is set up around chopped salads, and they're actually utilizing your bowls and things like that to literally chop up salads and create some incredibly tasty creations using your bowls. Am I correct on that? And is there anything you can share at all about what they do with the bowls, how they use them, or even who they are?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So that's one of our number one selling products would be our chopping bowls. So the chopping bowl would come with a mezzaluna knife, which is a curved knife that's used for chopping salad. Yeah, they're incredible. By far one of our best sellers. We work hand in hand with Nutmeg Notebook, who is one of our main affiliates, and she utilizes our chopping bowls and to her followers and shows them how to make different chopped salads. But yeah, it's an incredible piece that people love.
Well, Kory, there's no doubt in my mind that you guys have some of the most unique products, and if you're whether you're located in West Michigan or you're just visiting, the fact that you give people the opportunity to actually come and see that process and the transparency you show, as well as the products, I think is just absolutely amazing. One of the things that we love to do before we end the podcast is ask just literally a random question, and we use a random question generator. So if you don't like this one, it's not my fault. Just press next question. But random question for the day. What's something you always wanted to do as a child, but never got the opportunity to do?
Ooh, oh, let's see. I would say I never went to Disney World, which is crazy as a kid. We had a larger family, 4 older brothers and sisters. They went before I was born, but as a child, I never got to go. So I would say that's one thing that I would have liked to do.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that and being flexible with that. I know you've got a growing family at home as well, and that, so maybe that's one of those things down the road that when your little ones get a little older, they could enjoy as well.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Yep.
very cool. Very cool. Kory, last thing, somebody's watching this, they want more information. Obviously, we'll put your website address up on here and things like that. And again, just as a reminder, if you're interested in the bowls, Holland Bowl Mill has a great selection of products online as well as in the store. And I, as someone who owns a number of their bowls, I can't encourage you enough. At least go learn more about them, take a tour, check things out, and great bowls for everything from just daily use to special occasions. And certainly, I think, Kory, and you can tell me if you'd agree, but if you're one of those people that's looking for that special gift for someone, again, a wedding comes to mind in the spring as we are right now, but if you're looking for a special gift, I would certainly believe that this is the caliber and the type of gift that is really going to be unique, and one that person you give it to is going to keep most likely for their entire life. It's not one of those things that's going to be regifted. It's not going to end up in the closet somewhere. This is going to either end up as a showpiece and or something that gets used almost every day. Would you agree with me on that?
Oh, yes, definitely. Another one of the main things people love, made in America is such a big thing. It's family owned, but also typically you go to a registry, it's going to be the normal Target, the same things that brides and grooms are typically getting. But if you give a bowl or something unique, like a unique cutting board, handmade, there's just a lot more value in that. And we hear from people all the time. They get gifted our products and they say, oh my gosh, best thing I've received. We use it every day. Yeah, and especially with the personal touch too, the engraving, that goes a long ways too.
That's fantastic. One other question I've got for you today before we wrap up is bizarre experience. So I love to ask other business leaders in their business, have there been any bizarre experiences that might be unique to your business or just bizarre in general? Somebody that walked in the back door and surprised everybody or whatever it was. Is there any bizarre experience you can think of in the time you've been with Holland Bowl Mill that might be of interest to the people watching or listening to the podcast?
I can't think of one exactly.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Bizarre. Kind of a one, which to me was bizarre, which in a good way is back in 2017, I got a call from one of our sales reps out of California. And she said, you're not going to believe this. I'm working through a company called Fanciful Baskets, who does the gifts for the presidents. And we got to, for Christmas, gift bowls at that time, setting President Trump, the Obama family, the Bushes, and the Clintons, custom engraved. So it's crazy to think about in the White House, the Trump family could have been eating out of our bowls, or Obama family at their house, which was kind of mind-blowing to think about and so amazing.
What a cool experience. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely very, very cool. Kory, again, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. We really appreciate you and your entire team at Holland Bowl Mill. And we want to encourage everybody, if you haven't been there, check them out. And if you have, go back again and see all of the updated showroom and everything else. It's well worth the visit. Whether you're in Holland or West Michigan, it's a short drive. So thanks, everyone. Thank you, Kory, again for your time. And everyone, make it a great day.
Thanks, Jonathan. Take care.